Okay, so shall I proceed?
Yes, Amir, you can go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Aspire for Her Foundation welcomes you all to the Professional Upskilling Workshop. I am Soumya Sinha, a student of Advertising and Marketing Management. I love dancing, singing, writing, and speaking. Along with me, I have Noor Fatima.
Hello everyone, I am Noor Fatima. I am pursuing my graduation in computer science. I love learning about new technologies. Our college got to know about Aspire for Her Foundation and their incredible works of empowering women a few months ago, and we are really happy to host today's session. We hope that you find this workshop informative and knowledgeable.
Okay, so by the time people join in, let us know in the chats where have you joined us from.
Good morning, ma'am. Good to see you.
Morning. How are you?
Good, ma'am. Good going.
Lovely to see the room filling up very fast. It's such a pleasant sight that I don't want to miss it. So let me come in first. Warm welcome to all of you.
Okay, so we hope you all are members at Aspire for Her. Make sure you all sign up and become a part of Aspire for Her's community and avail all the benefits it has to offer. The link to join the community is in the chat box. Okay, so before we begin the workshop, we have with us Deepika Singh, the social media lead at Aspire for Her. Deepika Singh has worked for 15 years in marketing with leading brands such as India Today, Cox and Kings, and Kingfisher Airlines. She now works as a communication coach trainer and digital content creator. Catch her on her YouTube channel, She Means Business, where she talks about effective communication skills, interview skills, and much more. She is now also working with Aspire for Her to launch a brand new community of aspiring and existing entrepreneurs today. I would request her to introduce the audience to Aspire for Her and share a little about the foundation. Over to you, Deepika ma'am.
Thank you so much. That was a lovely introduction. Good morning, everyone. I'm delighted to see so many of you join in for what is going to be an excellent workshop. I have attended this Aspire for Her workshop before, and trust me, you will learn a lot about LinkedIn today. I personally think that LinkedIn is very, very beneficial. I met the founder of Aspire for Her, Madhura, on LinkedIn. That's how we connected. So trust me, it's very important for your professional career. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Aspire for Her. Aspire for Her was started to, basically enable young women like yourself to do much better professionally. Our goal is to see additional 1 million women in the workforce by 2025. And the idea also is to help women make better professional choices, right? So, and we do this through many, many ways. We do workshops like these, upskilling workshops where you can add to your skills or you can learn new skills. There's a lot of learning courses on our website. So you must go to aspireforher.org. You'll see a lot of courses that you can do for free over there. And the best part is that on our platform, we have a lot of mentors. These are men and women who have done brilliantly professionally. They're very successful. And there's a lot that they can teach, all of us, so you can actually do one-on-one sessions with them. Yes, you can actually set up one-on-one sessions with them. If you have any questions, If you want to learn from them, you can do so. The process is very simple. It's a community. There's a form. You can join the community, and all of this actually comes to you. Our whole philosophy at AFH is to just help women, uh, you know, uh, just be more active professionally, learn new things, have a career growth and a career path which is sharper, and just do well professionally. Yeah. And today is a very, very big day. We have many communities. We have communities of women, in colleges like yourself. Then we have a community called Return to Work, which is for women who've taken a break for whatever reason. They've had a baby, they've moved cities, but they would like to come back into the workforce. We have a community of women in bank tech. And today we also have a community of women who've been affected by COVID. It's called Not Alone. And today we are launching a brand new community of women in entrepreneurship. These are aspiring entrepreneurs as well as existing entrepreneurs. And I often feel that, young women like you, I hear a lot of boys talk about startup. I want to have a startup. A lot of boys say that. I don't see women saying that. I don't see young women like you saying, I want to have a startup. And this is the age to do that. This is the age to take a risk. This is the age to, if you have dreams, you should do something about those dreams, because you're young, you can take risks. So what if you fail? You can always go back to a job. You can always, but why even think about failure? At least think about, getting your dream be successful. If you have a dream, figure out how you can make it happen. And this community, it's called Entreprenari, is actually going to do that. We launched today. And let me invite you exclusively to the launch event. It is at 8 o'clock in the evening, where Madhura ma'am, who's the founder of Aspire for Her, will be speaking to Navya Naveli Nanda, who is also a partner in this community. It's a live on our Instagram, Aspire for Her. And maybe somebody can put a link to the Instagram, channel of ours. Please join in at 8 o'clock. We'll talk everything about being an entrepreneur, why we started this, what you're going to get out of this community. It's today at 8 o'clock. At the end of the session, we will also give you the link to the landing page where you can learn everything about, entrepreneurship. Coming back to this session, I'm really excited. I'm going to be attending it too. I know for a fact that your facilitators for this session are brilliant. You will learn a lot. And you must be active on LinkedIn. Trust me, it really, really helps you professionally. Over to you. Enjoy the session. Have fun. Welcome to Aspire for Her. Don't forget to join and sign up to the community.
Okay, so thank you so much, Deepika ma'am. Now we have Mr. Alok John from Patna Women's College. He is a faculty of Business Administration and Management at Patna Women's College. He is the director of Mother Veronica Excellence and Innovation Center, and also serves as the assistant coordinator of the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Patna Women's College. He is the president of the institution's Innovation Council at Patna Women's College, established under the aegis of Ministry of Education Innovation Cell, Government of India. So now I would request Mr. Alok sir to take over.
Thank you, Soumya. It is good to see all of you here, and with this fabulous idea of profiling, and that too on LinkedIn, which is one of the very emergent social media channel. So to begin with, I extend my warm greetings and gratitude to Ms. Madhura Dasgupta Sinha. Ma'am, it is always good to see you and your activities. I really appreciate, and that is one of the magnets to get connected and to see all the good work that's done. So our gratitude to you, ma'am. I'm also grateful to Ruchita Tandon. I can't see her though here, but she's always the touch point from Aspire to her, and we are always negotiating and agreeing on various terms and conditions for very activities. So I offer my gratitude and thanks to her as well. I also offer my thanks to Palak as well, because Palak has been very actively, sharing all the necessary informations which has been undertaken by Aspire for her, and that helps my student community also to get in touch with all the activities and to be abreast of the latest happenings. So thanks, Palak, to you as well. And of course, there are bright young ladies who are supporting this noble cause, and they are working day and night. And I'm told they're all below 21 years, the average years. So young, vibrant, and dynamic ladies. So doing a wonderful job. So I offer my thanks to them as well. So to let you tell you how we started, we started. I got a phone call from Ruchita again, and telling about the various activities, and they wanted to do some MOUs, and they wanted to organize some webinars. So the first question was, because I've been getting daily such kinds of calls, and there are people who would readily be agreeing to associate with us. So it took me time to understand the noble cause, and then we started, and we once we have started, and I'm sure the ambassadors and the members from my college are increasing day by day. So that is one of the key of insights, that yes, we have started taking the benefits and the outputs of this Aspire for her. And indeed, it is a very important forum whereby the professional skills which is lacking basically for all the cities. It may not be tier 2 or tier 3, even tier 1 students. uh, they these days, this generation, they are not understanding the professional requirements, the maturity. So I feel that this kind of skills would be very helpful for them to know the gravity of a professional life, and also to make themselves marketable, to polish their skills, to enlighten their CVs. So that's all from my side, and I wish a very best to all of you and all the team members for their noble cause. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Alok sir. Now, I would like to extend my thanks to Girisha Maheshwari and Palak Kabra, the co-leads of the Regional Activation Vertical, for organizing these workshops. Girisha is a BA graduate, having done her majors in economics and statistics and currently pursuing marketing. And Palak is currently in second year pursuing BE in computer engineering. So over to you, Girisha.
Thank you, Soumya. Thank you. We have a very, very exciting and we're very happy when we heard about this particular achievement that some of our members have achieved. A group of girls have been selected as one of the finalists for the National Innovation Contest organized by the Ministry of Education Innovation Cell and AICTE. These girls are none other than the students of Patna Women's College themselves, and Aspire for Her was thrilled to hear about this. The team includes team leader Noor Fatima, who is also moderating today's session, and the members are Anjali Rai, Khushbu Kumari, Sonali Mishra, and Anamika Singh. They made a device named SafeLet, Safety Bracelet for Women, using an ESP8266 Node MCU microcontroller, GPS module, GSM module, and a buzzer. This device has been made for the safety of women in unprecedented situations. It's such a great innovation, and we congratulate the entire team for coming up with this solution. And we would love to hear more such success stories. You can always write to our founder. We will drop her email address in the chat box, and we would love to celebrate all your achievements. Thank you, Soumya. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Girisha. So without further ado, let's begin with the workshop. We welcome you all to the third session of Professional Upskilling Workshop on LinkedIn. Our speakers for the day are Gurleen Pannu, Simran Khem, Namrata Jalan, and Kopal Sharma. Gurleen is a second-year undergraduate student pursuing her bachelor's in computer science engineering. Having been a part of Aspire for Her since the past 9 months, she currently leads the ambassador program and communities at Aspire for Her. She loves reading and talking about historical fiction and uses LinkedIn twice as much as she does any other social media platform. Simran is an aspiring entrepreneur with a Bachelor's of Arts in Apparel Design. Currently, she is pursuing a job in marketing and advertising and paving her way through gaining knowledge about the market and the art of storytelling. She worked as a social media strategist at Aspire for Her. Namrata Jalan recently completed her 12th grade in the IBDP curriculum from Janabai Narsi International School. She loves connecting with new people and finds LinkedIn to be a great platform to network. She has been a part of Aspire for Her since May. Kopal is a graduate in investment management with a work experience of 3 years in the financial sector. She is currently making a career switch in working towards creating a positive impact in the society by involving herself in projects focused on the same. At Aspire for Her, she is a social media marketing intern. We promise you this session will offer you loads of insights about LinkedIn. You can write your queries in the chat box and we will address them as the session progresses. Get your pens and papers and be ready to note down all the tips. Over to you.
Awesome. Just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, it's visible now.
Okay, amazing. Okay, good morning, everyone. It's pleasantly surprising to see almost 500 of you all today morning at 10 a.m. joining us for the session. I'm sure you're all very motivated to join in for the session, and that is why you're up at 10 on a Sunday morning. So let's just quickly begin with what is LinkedIn exactly. So you can put down in your chat, put down in the chat box, what do you think is LinkedIn for you? And then I can, quickly brush you through the definition. So you can just put down in the chat box, what is LinkedIn according to you? Palak, Grisha, can any one of you just read out the chat to me?
Yeah, so it's basically a professional platform, a great way to connect. Business, social media, professional profile, connect globally, platform for job opportunities. So these are a few of the answers.
That is perfectly right, you guys. I'm so glad that you understand the whole platform. And, I'm so glad that we have a very interesting audience here who are pretty acquainted with what, we're going to talk about today. So LinkedIn is the world's largest professional network on the internet, right? You can use it for various, like you all mentioned, you can use it for networking. You can use it for, finding your jobs or internships. You can use it to build professional network, right? And as all of us mentioned, a lot of us actually met Aspire for Her through LinkedIn. So it's a wonderful platform, and I'm so glad that you're all here to learn about it. So here are a few statistics about what is the demographics of LinkedIn right now. So there are around 310 million active users currently, and that's a huge number, right? So many people using LinkedIn right now. Just give me a minute. Yeah. And it is also one of the most preferred platform for the recruiters. So you can see there are over 30 million companies that are, on LinkedIn. They are actively recruiting on LinkedIn. And these are not just countries that are limited to your geographical location. These companies go beyond just India. They go to USA, they go to Germany, they go to Australia. So it's a very big global hub, right? And you can see the rest of the statistics. You can see that more than 90% of recruiters use LinkedIn regularly. So if you're someone who is looking for jobs or who is looking for, certain internship opportunities, LinkedIn is definitely the platform for you. Now, why is LinkedIn so important? Number one reason being for personal branding. So say, for example, if I was to search for, say, for example, Madhura ma'am here. If I search on Google for Madhura Dasgupta Sinha, there are very high chances that the first link that I'll see is going to be LinkedIn's link. Okay, so, it creates your personal branding that way. Building online credibility. So I hope you all attended our previous sessions on resume building and Canva. So you'll notice there that, when you make your resume, you can add in your LinkedIn links. So when someone clicks on your LinkedIn link, they're going to go to your LinkedIn page, and that's your professional identity, because LinkedIn is just like your virtual resume, right? And of course, it's a wonderful resource for networking, connecting with different kinds of professionals who are, from numerous backgrounds and, industries. Now, what can you use LinkedIn for? You can use it for job searching. If you're someone who's interested in researching, someone, who's an avid, marketer, LinkedIn is just the platform for you. And considering how global the platform is, you should just hop on it right now. So before we move further, we just have a quick poll to understand where are you on your journey with LinkedIn. So Pala, can we have that poll? So you can just tell us how active you are on LinkedIn. Are you just getting started? Do you have an inactive profile, or are you super active? I see a lot of you all are just getting started. So I hope you've downloaded the LinkedIn application as of now, because you can, we can keep this like a interactive workshop, and you can, do things side by side as and when, we talk. So yeah, a lot of you all are actually getting started with LinkedIn. So don't worry, you've come at the right place. We'll go from the very beginner steps, and we're going to talk about how can you, enhance your profile, and we'll get to it. So Palak, can we have the another poll? Now, LinkedIn is a very, very professional platform. It's not like your regular Instagram or Snapchat or WhatsApp. So you need to have the correct understanding behind why do you exactly want to be on LinkedIn? What is your purpose behind being on LinkedIn? So do you want to increase your network? Are you looking for certain jobs or internships? Do you have a business that you want to grow? Or simply you're not too sure yet and you just want to do everything? So you can just let us know. I see a lot of you all are actually actually want to use LinkedIn for jobs. And that's perfect. That's perfect. So LinkedIn is actually a very professional network for jobs. So I'm glad that you guys are, very vigilant about what do you want to do with the platform. So yes. Now let's just get started with how can you create an account on LinkedIn. So we'll go from the top to bottom elements, and we'll just quickly run through each and every section. Okay, so you have two different kinds of ways to go about if you want to create your account. You can either go through the LinkedIn's website on the internet, or you have a mobile application that you can download on your phones to create your account, use LinkedIn. So you can all type in linkedin.com in your search bar, and you'll open the first page. From there, you can just click on join now, follow the steps. You can either join in through your own Google account, or you can definitely just create an account using your mail ID. So I hope most of you all actually have gone through these steps, and you've actually at least created the initial profile. You've not added a lot of details. That's fine. We'll get to it. But I hope you've all created the account at least. So you can just fill in the appropriate details. And, since I see most of you all are actually students, you can actually select the I'm a student option in your recent job title. Okay, so these are just a few pointers that you can just, go through while you're creating your LinkedIn profile. So this is the procedure to go about if it's through the web mode, and this is through your mobile application. You just simply have to download the LinkedIn mobile application and go through the very similar steps. There you'll just have a very interactive GUI, and you'll be good to go. So hoping that you've created your initial LinkedIn accounts, this is how it's going to look like. This is how it's going to look like on your web application, and this is how it's going to look like on your mobile application. So we are going to build from top to bottom, and we keep on, we're going to go down and just go through each and every element that you can add in. So the very first thing that you see is the profile picture, right? So let's just quickly begin with the profile picture. Now, why do we put our profile pictures anywhere at all? Whether it is your WhatsApp, account, whether it's your Instagram account, why do you need the profile picture? You basically need it for people to be able to recognize you, right? So, as they say, visual memory is more, you retain more through visual memory than just speech or text, right? So a profile picture basically just helps the person in front of you recognize who it is, right? Since LinkedIn is a very professional platform, I hope it's just understood that everything you do there has to be professional. So even your profile picture has to be professional. You need to keep it professional, and you want to keep it in a way that you want others to perceive you, right? So say, for example, if you're a student who's looking for jobs, maybe you want to put a picture of yourself wearing a blazer, showing some sorts of professionalism. So keep your pictures professional. You don't have to take a professionally taken picture. You don't have to go to a photographer, ask them to, or, just take out your DSLRs and, get a picture click. That is not how it works. It's not necessary to do that. Even the picture you take from your own smartphones, abhi to we have such advanced smartphones, we have such high megapixel smartphones that you probably don't even need to go to a photographer for any photos at all. So you can take any picture that you took from your phone, and you can you can't put a filter wala picture as your profile picture, because that is not how it'll work, because it's not Instagram, right? So keep a very professional picture without any filters. Make sure that your head is properly visible, because it's a very small circle, right? It's not a square or a large space. So you just want your face to be visible. Make sure that your head is properly framed in that picture. Have the right zooming. Don't be too zoomed out, don't be too zoomed in, don't focus it so much on the face that it's just too overwhelming. Keep the right amount of zooming, right? And ensure that the picture quality isn't too bad. Of course, if you want to use your smartphones and you're going to be using pictures from your smartphone, make sure that they are clear enough for people to see and understand who is this. So let's just quickly run through a few sample profile pictures that you can see on your screen. So here, these two pictures that you see are professionally taken pictures. They've been taken through a DSLR, right? And these are your normal smartphone pictures. Now, if I were to ask you, do you see a very substantial difference between the two? Would you rather not accept someone's request who has such a profile picture and rather accept someone who has a profile picture like this? I don't know. I would not do that, right? Because these are equally, impactful as these are. So don't worry about, don't fuss about, I don't have a professionally taken picture, etc., etc. Just make sure that whatever you put out there is simple, subtle, and just perfect, right? Another thing that you see here is a feature that LinkedIn has, launched for a lot of people who've lost their jobs, who are looking for jobs, especially during these times when a lot of people have, faced unprecedented losses when it comes to jobs. So they have a feature called Open to Work. You can, go to your profile. You can just select the option saying that you are looking for jobs and you'd like such a badge to appear on your profile picture. So these are some options that you can, figure out later, because we won't go in that much detail because it's a short session, but you can always write to us with any queries. So the next thing that you see in a LinkedIn profile behind the profile picture is the background picture. Now, a picture always speaks louder than words. You will definitely put in a summary below, you'll put in your headline, etc., etc. But what you have, the first thing that people land on is your initial page of your profile, and they see your profile picture and the background picture. Now, not a lot of people focus on what they put in their background pictures, but let me tell you, it is very important to, put a lot of thought into each and everything that you're doing. So, a background picture on LinkedIn is also called the LinkedIn banner. Now, you can portray any sorts of skill or achievement that you've had, and you just have to put out anything that explains you better. So, say for example, if you go through my profile, I like to code, right? I like to write codes and all sorts of things like that. So what I've done is I've put my LinkedIn banner as a laptop, which has some code written on it. So that speaks about me, that I am a coder. Similarly, you've seen the examples ahead, that if you want to portray, so say for example, you went for a summit. So say for example, you went for some summit back in non-COVID times, and you have a team picture from there. Maybe you organized the summit, maybe you attended the summit, and you feel like that summit was one remarkable event of your life, and you have a lot of stories to speak about it, and you learned a lot from there. So you can even put that team picture as your LinkedIn banner. Now, you need to understand that the LinkedIn banners dimensions are not exactly the kind of dimension ka picture that you can take from your smartphone. So you'll have to do a little adjustments, and Canva is the perfect application for that. So Canva has a feature called, when you select for the kind of dimensions you want, you can search for LinkedIn banner and you'll get the appropriate dimensions. But just in case you don't know what are the dimensions of LinkedIn banner, it is 1584 into 396 pixels. So you can just put in your custom dimensions and you can create your own LinkedIn banner. So you can put in that team picture there. You can add in certain, elements that explain you better. So say, for example, you're an artist. So you can, maybe you're a poet, a writer. You can add in an element of a pen, paper, etc., etc. But don't put something too fancy. Don't put in a lot of, say, smiles, emoticons, etc. Keep it subtle, but make sure that it's powerful enough, right? So that's about your background picture. Now here are a few examples. So here's Nagarjun Mishra, and he is the co-founder and CEO of Purple Health, and that is something that he really wants to highlight throughout his profile. So he's made sure that his LinkedIn banner actually mentions purple, because I might not read this line at first, but I'll definitely see this, right? Same goes with Harish. Now, Harish is a YouTuber, and his profession is very creative. And that is something he has depicted through his own LinkedIn banner in a very subtle manner, right? So you see a lot of pictures here and there, a lot of drawings. So that's his subtle way of, depicting. Harshit here likes to debate. He is very interested in public speaking, debates, MUNs. So his LinkedIn banner actually has the UN's logo and him speaking, right? So these are a few examples of the kinds of background pictures that you can keep. Moving on, although the profile picture and the LinkedIn banner are the first things people see, the first thing people are actually going to read is your headline, right? So you need to make sure that you are choosing the words that you put in your headline very wisely, right? So in the headline you can basically add in your positions. Maybe you're working somewhere, so you want to add in your position at that particular company in your headline. Maybe if you're not a working professional yet, you want to include your where are you studying right now, where have you studied before, any sorts of awards that you've received, any scholarship, any internships that you've done. You want to include those in your headline. And make sure that you are not adding complete sentences in your headline. Add in a few keywords. Now I'll tell you why should you add keywords in your headline. Now whenever say a recruiter is looking for, they want to hire someone, say they want to hire a web designer. Now they are not going to just type a person's name and होप कि हाँ चलो मैंने टाइप किया अमन, लेट्स जस्ट होप कि अमन कोई वेब डिजाइनर हो, ऐसे नहीं होता, right? They're gonna type for the position, so they will be typing web designer in the search bar. Now when they type web designer, all the people who have listed web designer somewhere or the other in their profile are going to be shown, right? So if especially those options come up who have put web designer in the headline. Okay, so headline is the first searching criteria. So the whole LinkedIn algorithm works like that. It will search through each elements and then go as a top to bottom. So headline, if you've put in web designer, your profile is going to come on the top, right? And then the recruiter can just go through your profile and decide whether or not you are a good fit for the company. So make sure that you're using the right keywords, right? You do not want to put in big sentences. You do not want to write something like I like web designing, because that is not going to fetch you the recruiters or anybody's attention for that matter. But when you include terms like web designer or digital designer, etc., you are going to come in the top search results. Now, if you don't add in anything to your headline on your own, it is automatically going to default to your current job title or company. Or if you're a student, it's going to default to your current course that you're studying, the university you're studying at, right? So that is how the headline functions. Now, like I said, you have to choose your positions as well as the right keywords, because you have only 120 characters. That first line that you see under anybody's name in a LinkedIn profile has just 120 characters. So you need to make sure that you are depicting the right things in those 120 characters. Okay, so here are a few examples. Now, like we saw, a lot of you all are actually looking for jobs or internships on LinkedIn. So there's a very famous hashtag that's been going being used a lot on LinkedIn. It's called hashtag ONO. ONO is basically open to new opportunities. Now, this just helps a recruiter know that you are someone who's looking for a job, or who is at a certain position at a company but wants to shift to some other position or some other company for that matter, right? So this is one way of showing that you are looking for jobs. Another thing you can mention is you can mention lines like actively looking for so and so, or you can say open for opportunities in so and so. So that is how you can let the recruiter know that you are looking for jobs or internships. And this is something that is beyond like the hashtag open to work thing to you're putting here, but you want to put something in your headline also for people to see. Okay, so but just in case you're not someone who is looking for jobs, you just created your account for networking and you just started off with LinkedIn, so you might want to put in, so this is how it will default to. If you don't actually add a headline, this is what's going to come: your current study course and your university is going to come here. So you can add in something like what are you passionate about. So like we mentioned, web designing, so you can add in data science enthusiast, or you can also mention your positions of responsibility. So if you think there's a certain position that you've held in the past, or you are holding it right now, you want to mention that position also in your headline, because that just creates a good impact, right? Because the recruiter is obviously seeing a lot of web designer in the search results, but he might just look at your university, or any position of responsibility that you've held before. So make sure that you are picking all these keywords correctly. If you're a working professional, because I see a lot of I saw quite a few professors here as well. So if you're a working professional, you can just mention your job title, and you can state the institutes you worked with, the companies you worked with. So don't list all of them as a whole complete sentence, but you can mention it like this: so you are ex PVR, ex VW Business World, etc., etc., and that is how you can mention your the companies you worked with. Or, you can also mention it like this. So say for example, you were an intern at some eminent company, or you worked at an eminent company, so you can mention former XYZ position at XYZ company, right? So these are just a few examples of the kinds of headlines that you can keep. The next thing, and the very, very important thing on your LinkedIn profile, is your summary. Now, the summary is actually going to talk about, it is your story on your LinkedIn profile.
Hi,
Why
Gurlin.
are you on LinkedIn? Hi, Gabriel.
Hello, and it is like a
Hi.
surprise visit. I just want to say hi to all of you over here. And Gurlin, I think you're doing a great session. Thanks a lot for helping reach LinkedIn to different places. And thank you so much for mentoring all of them and guiding them the right way. I'm so impressed with your session, Gurlin, and I was so happy. Like I was here for almost 15 minutes, which you didn't realize, and you have been doing a great job, Gurlin. And to all who are here, I think you're on the right path with the right team. So please make good use of LinkedIn and see how you can bring an impact in your lives. I think it's very important. And thanks to Ruchita and her team. I think she wanted me to be here today and just give the surprise to all of you that can make a difference. So I think I did my bit. And Gurlin, you're doing a good job. And I think your team is doing a good job. Thank you to Palak, who just allowed me inside because I was having difficulty standing out. And thank you so much. And have a nice session. Have a nice interactive. And I think you're going to bring a big difference in people's lives, and you're going to make a big impact in the in creating the economic opportunities to the global workforce. So I'm so happy about it, Gurlin, and all the best.
Thank you so much, Gabriel. This was pretty unexpected because I was not hoping this would happen.
Yeah. So thing is that Ruchita just asked me if I can just come quickly and just give a quick notice, and that's what she wanted me to do, because this is something everybody can't do that, right? That on a Sunday you're sitting and helping people, groom them, mentor them, and try to bring a difference in the lives is something very very special thing that everybody won't be doing. And I appreciate all the participants who's there in the session today, because despite being a weekend, they have made some time to really build up on the career and make a difference. So I wish all the best for all of you here, and have a lovely interactive session, and talk to you sometime then. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gabriel. It's a
Take
pleasure
care.
having you here.
Of course, my pleasure too. And I'm really enjoying the session, and I hope the audience also likes the session, and they try to make a big difference in their lives as well.
Awesome.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Okay, so let's get back to the session. And so we were talking about the summary. Now, like I said, this is your story in front of the LinkedIn audience. So it's just going to talk about the different W's and H, the different what, why, when, who, all those W's and how, all those questions. So you are going to be answering those questions through your LinkedIn summary. Now, everything that you put out on your LinkedIn profile, it in some or the other way, it adds value to your network. So even a very small thing, like maybe you attended some session and you made a post about it, a lot of people might relate to it, because maybe even they were in the same picture, even they were in the same position, or they wanted to be in the same position as you. So anything that you put out on LinkedIn is going to add value to your network. So that is something you should always keep in your mind when you are writing anything at all, or putting out any information on LinkedIn. How are you adding value to your network, right? So your summary is an elaborate glimpse into why you do what you do. So say for example, if you are a professional writer and author, so why did you pick up writing? What motivated you to pick up writing? What have you done in it so far? So the summary is basically going to talk about that. Now, like I said, you want to incorporate more keywords, because keywords are very pivotal when it comes to search results, and people finding when people are searching for new connections. Now, don't just add in keywords anywhere, right? Be considerate about where are you adding it. So maybe at the bottom section of your summary, you can add in something like, my areas of expertise or interest include XYZ. And that is where you can add in your keywords, your important keywords. So another thing to keep in mind is that, when you go through someone's account, you will not see the entire summary at once, right? You will only probably only see the first 2 or 3 lines. and then you'll have an option saying read more, or click to read more or something like that. So you need to make sure that you are delivering, you're setting the right tone for your entire summary from the first few lines itself. So you need to be very vigilant about it. And you want to write your summaries in the first person. You are the only person who is writing your summary. It is your story. You do not want to write it in third person or second person. You just have to write it in first person. It has to be a personal narrative, right? You don't want to say Gurleen is a student in computer science engineering at so and so institute. You don't want to put it like that. You want to write your summaries in first person. Now, a lot of times you might have written something and you might feel like, I'm not too confident about what I've written. So at that point of time, always get someone to proofread it for you. Maybe you want your professor to proofread it for you. You can ask your friends to proofread it for you, because what happens is your friends are going to be the best judge because they know you, right? So you can ask them to read it for them. And if they feel like, this particular summary talks about who Gurleen is as a person, then you've done a splendid job at it. Otherwise, you need to work more on it, right? So that can act like judging factor for you to understand whether or not you've conveyed the right information in your summary. Now, LinkedIn actually allows you to add in 2000 words in your summary. But the thing is, everyone does not have time to go through 2000 words on a professional networking platform, right? So you want to make sure that you are not making that summary too text heavy. You want to make sure that you are including the right elements and delivering whatever information you had to. And you don't essentially have to use the entire 2000 words to convey that, right? Now, here are a few examples of the kinds of summaries that you can put in. So when the recruiter is going through your profile, they see, they're looking for certain keywords, certain positions, certain skills, right? Software development, full stack development, etc., etc. Now, these are the skills that are going to highlight in the very first few lines. So if you have written something like this in your profile, the recruiter will pause and read more, right? Because they know this person's profile aligns with what I am looking for, right? Now, you don't want to put an entire blob of text out there. You want to make sure that there's correct, you've paragraphed it correctly, you've made bifurcations, you've make sure that you use bullet points to explain certain things, because bullet points just enhance the whole overall look of how your summary is actually going to look like. So avoid putting an entire blob of text without any proper spacing, and always make sure that your grammar is correct. So you can also use applications like Grammarly to ensure that, whatever you've written is grammatically sound. So yes, this is one example. And the another example, I'll tell you why I put this here, is because yes, the person started reading your summary. You mentioned quite a few things. And then last, what you've done is you've asked the person to contact you. Now that is a good way of, initiating a conversation, because that just shows that, you're looking forward to having a conversation. And if a person texts you, you might as well reply back to them. So make sure that, you have some sort of, call it a CTA, to let the other people who are in your network know that you are willing to have a conversation with them. So these are just a few examples that you can go through later. Now the next thing that comes is your background tab. Now the background tab has quite a few things in it, and the first thing that we're going to talk about is your work experience. Now work experience is where you can add in all your internship opportunities, all your job opportunities that you've had previously, right? You can mention those, and while you're mentioning those, make sure that you'll have an option where you get to select the company that you work for. So make sure that you previously search for that company's name and you're selecting the right company when you're mentioning it in your work experience. Because what happens is, like Simran and others are going to mention later in the workshop, there are a lot of tabs under each kinds of page. So there's a page, there's a tab called alumni. When if you mention your university's page, if you go to your page, if you go to that page, you'll see that there's a tab called alumni there. So if you've mentioned the right university, people are going to find your name there as well. So make sure that you're doing that. You want to mention the relevant, milestones, achievements, etc. in the description. So you put the work experience. So say, for example, you were a SD intern at Amazon. What did you do in that internship, right? So you want to make 3 or 4 bullet points, and you want to mention what did you do. Maybe you were awarded some sort of best intern award at Amazon. You have a team picture from Amazon that you want to show everyone. You have a certificate from Amazon that you want to show everyone. So do that, okay? And the next thing to do is that's basically your media links, the pictures, certificates that you want to add in. The next thing you want to do is, after you've added in your work experience, make sure that you're also updating it in the headline, right? This is a feature that is actually there for a test. I don't think everyone can actually see it. You will be able to see it in the mobile applications, but I doubt it's there on the web application. But you can add in your teammates and managers on your LinkedIn profile as well. You can add in multiple positions you worked at in the same company. So say, for example, you were an intern in the beginning at Amazon, and then you got promoted to a software developer at Amazon. So you can mention those developments and positions through your LinkedIn profile. Now here are a few examples. So here's a person who was a data science intern at Discover Dollar, and this is the company's logo basically. So when you click on Discover Dollar, it's going to go to that page, and you'll be able to see Discover Dollar's page, etc. You want to mention the timeline for when you worked there, right? You might mention the location it was at. And there's also a feature called LinkedIn Help Me Get This Job. This is something you can also find in the, if you go through the entire work experience section, you'll find this as an option. And you can mention what did you do there and your relevant certificates, etc. So these are the kinds of work experience examples that you can go through later. The next thing that comes is education. Just like your work experience, you want to add in the right universities, the school you went to, if you went for any exchange programs, you want to mention all of that. And you can mention your awards, the scores you've received. Say for example, you got 95% in your 12th standard. You want to mention that you were the school captain while you were in 10th standard. You want to mention that in the description, and update the headline with your current or last university's name. You don't want to put the name of your kindergarten school in your headline, because that does not make any sense, because it's just 120 words, right? So you want to update the headline with the current or the last university's name. Now here are a few examples. So just like work experience, you just put the name of the institute or the school. You put in your course, your grade, the years you will be there studying there. What did you do at that particular university? So these are a few examples. The next thing that comes is licenses and certifications. This is a very important section if you are someone who is looking for jobs. Make sure that you're doing enough courses. You'll find a lot of courses on our platform actually. If you go to learnings at Aspire for Her, you'll find a plethora of courses there. So you can mention those courses and the credential IDs and links to it, so that if someone clicks here on C credential, they can actually redirect to your certificate. So make sure that you're adding in all your licenses and certifications. Then there's a section called accomplishments. Now, this is something that has a lot of sub topics, if I may call them. So you'll have different kinds of, you can add in information like the kinds of publications you've done, any patents that that are under your name, the projects you've done, awards you've done, your test scores, etc. And you can mention the relevant details under each subheading. So say for example, you have 4 languages, so you can state them like this, right? So this is your accomplishment tab. The next thing is the skills and endorsements. Now you can list certain skills on your LinkedIn profile. If you are a web designer, you might want to list something like you are good at HTML, you're good at CSS and all those languages. So you want to mention those skills. You want to mention skills like professional speaking, or any soft skills that you have. You might as well mention those. So once you've added in your skills, don't shy from putting in your skills. You can put a lot of skills out there, but make sure that what you're putting out is actually what you really want to put out, right? And you can request for endorsements. Now, endorsements just basically work like a means of validation, right? That you are actually good at it. So you can request for endorsements. You can give endorsements. Always make sure that if you're asking for something, you're also returning it back. So do that. LinkedIn also has a feature called LinkedIn skill quizzes nowadays. So you can, take these skill tests, and you can, if you come under the top 30% of the skill takers, the quiz takers, you'll get a certain uh, tag that you're going to get. It'll show under your skill, right? And make sure that you're being authentic and real with the information. Don't put out a lot of skills just for the sake of it. Make sure that you're actually good at it, and that's why you've put it. So these are how you can put the skills, and this is how it'll show if someone has endorsed you. Now this is if you've added in your company, etc. This is how it's going to show that some colleagues from your company actually endorsed you for it, which is a good means of validation that just helps the next recruiter understand that yes, this person did a good job at his previous position. And this is how it's going to show you the number of people who've actually endorsed you for that skill. So this person has been endorsed by 79 people from for machine learning. So this is how skills and endorsements are going to work. The next thing is recommendations. Now, recommendation again work as a means of validation. It's just like how you would, request for a letter of recommendation from your college professors, etc. So it's just a good way to show, what is your work ethic, what have you accomplished in the past. So you can request a recommendation from your co-workers, managers, teachers, professors, etc. And while you're actually asking someone for a recommendation, it's always wise to, state certain points that you might want them to add in your recommendation. Okay, because it's always better. The person actually understands what are you expecting out of that recommendation, right? So it's always beneficial to mention some points from your end itself, so that person can, actually frame it better for you. Now, realize that recommendation can't be taken from anyone on LinkedIn. The person has to be a first degree connection. Only then can you request for recommendation or even give recommendation for that matter. So keep this in mind. Now, here are a few examples of recommendations. So, someone has recommended Nikhil for, the way he has worked at some company. And these are just, talking about his attributes and the kind of work he has done. So there are two sections. There's received section, there's the given section. So this just shows the number of recommendations Nikhil has received, and this shows the number of recommendations Nikhil has given. Now, like you can see here, there are two options. You can ask for a recommendation. Now, ask for this is when you go on someone's profile, right? This is not your profile. This is when you go on someone's profile, you can ask them for a recommendation, and this is where you list down the reasons behind. You want to first begin with the salutation, you want to greet them, and then you want to mention certain points behind why do you want to be recommended by them, what should they mention in that recommendation. And the another option is to, if you want to recommend Nikhil or anyone, right? So these are the two options that you'll be able to see on the recommendations tab. So that's actually most of what I had to show you all. And I think I'll just show one more thing to you all to just show you the featured section. So there's also a section called featured on your profile. I hope you all can see my screen. There's a section called featured. Now here is where you can add in, LinkedIn has an option called LinkedIn articles. So this is where you can add in any, you just get a pop-up here, a CTA, to redirect to that particular article. Or if you've written any article or any, you have a video, you have a, something you've done, and it's there on some other link, you can add that in as in the featured section. So say for example, I've written all these two articles, so I've just added these as my in my featured section for people to go to it, right? So this is most of what I had to show you all. So Namrata is going to take it from here.
Okay, thank you, Gurleen. So hi everybody, welcome to this session, and I hope you are enjoying it. So today I'll be talking about networking and connections. So once you're done making and completing your LinkedIn profile, your next step is to connect with these people that you can see on the screen. So when you make a profile, you connect with your classmates, your teachers, your colleagues, friends, lecturers, professionals, and even entrepreneurs in the field, in your field. After you connect with someone, LinkedIn shows you recommendations of people they think that you should connect with. If you don't know someone from these people and you think you should still connect with them, don't hesitate to. LinkedIn is a networking platform and you should reach out to as many people you are interested in connecting with. This will broaden your connections and also bring you more opportunities. So, Gurleen, can you go to the next slide, please? Okay, so on LinkedIn, there are different degrees of connection. To expand your connections, you need to understand the difference between first degree connections, second degree connections, and third degree connections. So, first degree connections are usually people who you connect to directly by sending a request, or it can also be that they are sending you a request. So, these are your first degree connections. These are usually people who you know, such as teachers, lecturers, classmates. Second degree connections are people who are connected to your first degree connections. It is not compulsory that you are connected with your second degree connection or you know them, but it is also possible that you know them through someone else. And like that, third degree connections are people who are connected to your third degree connections. So LinkedIn divides connections in this way so that you can find more people on the app and grow your connections and also network more. So when you're scrolling through LinkedIn's list of people you may know, don't just click on the connect button and send a normal request. That is very generic and it won't bring you many opportunities. Instead, you should click on the person's page and click the connect button over there. This will bring up a box to add a personal note with your connection request. So on the screen, you can see a draft message example you can send to someone you know and someone you don't know, but you still want to connect with because you think that they can help you in the future in some way. If you want to connect with someone you don't know, like maybe a person who is studying in the same course as you in another school, in the connection request box, add relevance by letting them know why you are messaging them and how you know them. Or maybe if you have another connection in common. Next slide, please. Okay, so to grow your connections, you need to network on LinkedIn. So networking is meeting, reaching out, and connecting with different people on the app. You can connect with people from different industries and fields. It does not just have to be from your industry. The most important thing while networking is to have a complete profile. When you're creating your profile, you can see a bar that shows your progress, account progress, and how much of your account is complete. So whenever you're making your account, make sure that bar is 100% complete. This is very important because when your account is fully complete, your account is visible to more people and recruiters, and it will be easier for them to find your account. So as you can see on the screen, the first point is complete profile will bring you 40x more opportunities. So if your account is not complete, you will not get those, like, all the opportunities possible. Next, after your profile is complete and it looks good, you need to start connecting with other LinkedIn users. So when you have over 500 LinkedIn connections, your account looks more established and professional. But you should never add connections blindly. You should only connect with people I mentioned in the previous slide, people who can help you right now or in the future in some way and add to you. As I mentioned before, if you want to connect with someone you don't know, you should always customize your connection request because it increases the chance of your request getting accepted. If people do not know you or why you want to connect with them, they might not accept your request. So it is always better to send a note when you are connecting with someone. Another great way to network is joining LinkedIn groups. So more people will discover your profile and connect with you. There are many different groups on LinkedIn in every field. For example, in marketing, you'll find social media marketing groups, you'll find Instagram related groups. So you just need to search the type of group that you're looking for in the search bar. Next, after connecting with people, you should post content that is interesting and engaging. You can maybe start off your account by posting a recent article that you read and you really enjoyed and state why you liked it. Apart from this, you should also think about the type of content you want to post. So, research shows that the content that is inspiring or teaches you something or tells a story brings more engagement and people like what you are posting more. So, because of this, people will engage more with your content, they like your content, they'll comment on your content, and this will bring you more people will see your account and it'll bring you more opportunities. For example, more recruiters will find you, you get more internships, and basically the aim of your account will be fulfilled better. Lastly, you should be active on your LinkedIn account daily. You should post and also update your profile regularly. It is important for people to know how you are professionally working in your life and also all the updates, so they know how you are working on yourself. When you are more active, people will see your account more on their page and they will send you connection requests. This will not only help you to network but will also help to grow your account. The last point is that when you're networking on LinkedIn, it is very important for you also to engage with other people's content. So if someone's engaging with your content, you need to give them the same type of favor and connect with their account back so that they want to keep the connection. Otherwise, if you're not adding anything to their account, they might just remove you as a connection. That's it. That's all I had to say. Thank you.
So we have Simran who's going to cover job search for us. Simran, are you there with us?
Yes. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
We also have a doubt. So the doubt is by Ruchi that how to increase her connections.
Okay, so I'll answer that. So to increase your connections, LinkedIn, when you make a LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn will give you people you may know in your connections page. One second, I'll just share my screen and show you. Wait, can I answer that question after the session because I need to log into my LinkedIn profile and do it?
Yeah, sure.
Thank
Simran,
you.
you can continue.
Okay, so hi guys, I'm Simran. Good morning. Apologies for my camera. There have been some technical difficulties. So I'm quickly going to run through job search. I think job search is the main reason for why people, sign up for LinkedIn in the first place. We have a jobs dashboard that I'll run you through in some time. But firstly, it is mostly going to how you find the right job. Okay, so you can easily search for jobs on LinkedIn from the jobs homepage and narrow down your results using filters, keywords, and advanced search. And that is something that I'm gonna include thoroughly. You can apply for millions of openings. You can upload and easily submit your resume to the job that fits, and save searches, create alerts to be the first to know about the new openings. So before I get started on how to do an advanced search, I'm quickly going to share two of my experiences that I think will motivate you guys to complete your profile. When we talk about completing your profile 100%, that will give you 40x more opportunities. It is true. Like, opportunities are everywhere, and you just need to tap on the best one and find which fits you the best. So my first experience would be, I stumbled upon a post which talked about an experience of an ambassador program by AFH. So I got to know about Aspire for Her from a random post by some girl I didn't even follow. It just came onto my page because I had like mutual connections. And that's how I found Aspire for Her. I became an ambassador. I worked for about a year at AFH. So uh, back 1 year back, I had no idea that I'll be joining an organization, but I followed the company. I checked the website, and I thought this is one organization that I really would like to be associated with in the long run. So might as well just take the opportunity. The second experience that I would like to share is, I recently got placed for a job via LinkedIn, and it is it has been such a process. But let me tell you, once you complete your profile, you will get people reaching out to you personally on how to, how can they hire you. So I'm quickly going to run through something that I followed. This is in a LinkedIn job search checklist that I followed while I was applying for jobs. It included: find the right job, apply and prepare for the job, update your LinkedIn profile, make your profile stand out, and expand your professional network. So when you're finding searching for relevant jobs, make sure you consider researching the companies before you apply. And when you're setting up job alerts based on your previous job searches, preferences, and specific companies, to ensure you're regularly receiving relevant job notifications and not random, because it just, you know what you want to do. It'll make your life and process very easy. You can find work from home jobs and set up a job alert to increase your chances to being one of the first applicants as well. You can save jobs while browsing job search results on LinkedIn to come back later to apply for them. When you're applying and preparing for the job, you can use the resume assistant on Microsoft Word to create a good resume. You can upload a resume on LinkedIn directly, and you can use their feature, which is the interview preparation. So that is also something you can cover. I can share this checklist with you guys along with the feedback form, and you can update your profile. All of these points that have been covered with, my teammates have covered it in the last 1 hour, but I'm quickly going to tell you about how to make your profile stand out. When, I mean, there are 310 million active users, and there are only 14 million active role posting, job posting. So, I mean, if you can notice the difference, you will have to make your profile stand out. You will have to update your summary on your profile on a regular basis. You can enable the open to work. So right now I'm just going to do a live run through. So this is my profile. You can, this is a new feature called open to work. You can just select open to work, click on finding a new job. You'll see there's this pop-up that comes which says, tell us what kind of work you're open to. So this is something that I've been looking for. You can add titles. For example, this is something that I am doing at the moment. So you can type all the job titles or the job roles you're looking for. You can type all the job locations. You can even select remote work, start when you want to join, and the job type. And when you, but before you add this to your profile, make sure you see who is you know, open to see it. Don't select all LinkedIn members because your profile will get lost. Just select on recruiters only, so that only recruiters can see this option and they can reach out to you if they required, or if they like your profile, and so on. So right now I am working, so I have not put this on, but whenever you put this on, there will be um, open to work sign that comes into your profile image, which is easier to spot your profile when a random recruiter is going through their profile. So make sure you do this. This will add a lot of uh, value to your profile while looking for jobs. Then you can ask your network for skill endorsements and recommendations. Gurleen just explained that. You must do that. If you've not worked before, make sure you ask your colleagues or professors, or even like if you worked as a volunteer somewhere, you can ask them for recommendations. And you can take skill assessment. So skill assessment is something that comes on your jobs. So this is your profile. You have to go to the jobs dashboard and you see everything is here. My jobs is the saved job alerts, salary, skill assessments. So when you go to skill assessments, there is something you'll get all the recommended uh, skill assessments. So these are all the skills that I have mentioned in my skills section in my profile. So that's how it is coming. You can obviously take more, there's no limit to this, but make sure you add 30 skills onto your profile, so all the recommended assessments can come here and you can take. It doesn't take a lot of time, and if you don't have a experience, a work experience, then I would like seriously suggest you to take these, because this is how you can add value to your profile and probably stand out. um, so then I would again go to the jobs. I quickly covered uh, all of these things. The resume builder is also here, the interview prep is also here, so the entire process, sort of everything is included in the jobs dashboard. Other than that, we have expand your professional network. And when I was talking about my experience, exactly, I um, randomly stumbled upon a post, and that was exactly because of my network and how many people have I connected with on LinkedIn. So it included recruiters, it included HR managers, uh, people in different companies. So when you're looking for a job, you shortlist at least 10 companies that you would want to work in, select the roles you would want to work in, select which city you would want to work in or remotely. And these are the certain things that you will have to make sure you write down, and then follow this checklist. I'll make stuff very easier for you. um, all of these things are going to get covered by my teammates. So LinkedIn groups, referrals, uh, companies LinkedIn page. So I will share this checklist with you guys so it makes your life easier. Um, Before that, I will tell you how I have saved jobs. So when I go to my saved jobs, you'll see that I've saved so many jobs because I wanted to apply for it. So the first thing here I would like to do is I would like all of you to at least give me one company that you are interested to work in, and then we can follow that and probably show you how the jobs dashboard works. So if you can quickly put it into your chat box, and maybe Palak, can you if you tell me what are the companies that they are writing?
We have TCS, IBM, Nykaa, Google, AWS. Yeah.
Okay, so I will choose Nykaa because I was recently looking for jobs there. So whenever you're looking for a job, if Nykaa is your company, you still make sure you follow Nykaa as a page. So this is Nykaa. This is the page I'm already following them. When you see there is a lot of things that includes in the organization page. This is their page. It's about the post, the jobs, and the people. So this is how you can find what kind of people, or who are these people, or who is the recruiter from this section, because this is how you will network. If you're looking, if you had that question in your mind, yeah, we need to network, but how? This is exactly how you find people in different companies, or the people who work in the same domain as of you, or the same industry. So I can search this entire list, and I'm sure I'll find uh, the human resources contact, and I can text them, I can send them a request, I can send a note to them. If I can find their email in their bio, I can email them. So this is what I wanted to show you guys. You can also select on the jobs, and you see there are 30 job openings. Now, if you can see, there's a create job alert. This is how you create the job alert. As soon as you create job alert, you will find what title you want to go for and what location. So I am going to do this for you right now. So um, you see, when you create the job alert, it will automatically get added to your jobs dashboard, and as and when you get alerts, you will get notifications, and you can always go to the jobs dashboard and keep checking if it's on, or what are the postings under that. And as you can see, some of these are 3 weeks ago, some of them are 2 months ago, some of them is like 2 days ago. So if you see, big companies like this have a lot of applications. For example, this has 98 applications, which is like less, but what I've seen is there are like 300, 400 applications for one. So like this one, for example, if you can see, the earlier one had 98 in 3 weeks, and this has 2 days ago it was posted, and it has 200 applicants. So it really depends if you put in at the right time and as fast as you can. So alerts will help you do exactly that. And let me tell you, whenever you apply, so when I apply, it will take you to a third party website, or it will directly, you can apply directly via LinkedIn as well. So some companies are collaborated with LinkedIn, and you can apply straight. So if your resume is updated here and is uploaded, you will be able to apply just in 2 clicks. So here, if you can see, you will see the key responsibilities and the skills. Make sure if you're applying for a role like this, like a brand management role, you read the key responsibilities and skills, and try to sort of add the similar things into your summary and your skills. For example, if I'm doing I want to apply for executive brand management, I need to mention my master's degree. And if all of these things in like have you have had that experience in your life, make sure you add it, because if you add it, your profile is high, it will pop up whenever you apply for this. So for example, here there are 200 applicants, but your responsibilities or your skills match better than the rest of the applicants, your profile will pop up, and you will, or whenever you apply via LinkedIn, you will get a email on your registered email ID, and you will get who has posted it. So if you can see, I don't know if it's mentioned in this, but most of the applications, you will see it will posted by somebody. Okay, so if you can, whenever you get that email, you will get who has posted it, so you can send them a request, you can send them a note, you can follow up. So you will have to do these certain extra things to get your profile noticed. And I would tell you something that I had done. So you also has this feature, like LinkedIn also has this feature where sometimes you get notifications on who viewed your profile. So there was one company called Foxy More, and I really wanted to work, and I'd applied and I was not getting any response, but I saw that the HR has seen my profile. I got that notification, but this person has viewed your profile. I quickly went into their profile and I dropped a note, and that's how the things went forward. And I had the opportunity to give an interview. So, you will have to do certain extra things to get your profile noticed, and it definitely will get noticed. Um, Going back to the jobs dashboard, I explain job alerts. When you click on job alerts, you will see this is what is coming. I had added this in front of you guys. You can see I have also, since I checked NICA, it just came here. So now I will get job alerts for all these. You will also, whenever you come here, you will also see recommended or similar to what I applied earlier, or some like related to the job alerts or the saved jobs. You can also go through skill assessments, interview, and all of these things I've covered. If you're wondering what salary is, in salary you can put what role you want to work at, and you will get the estimated salary according to the industry standards. For example, you can see a tax analyst normally gets this. So you will be able to, whenever there are recruiters asking you, what do you expect or what is the quote you're looking for, then you can quickly probably check this out and know where you stand. And this is something that as freshers we really need, and because we're like, it's all over the place, especially COVID, you don't know what you need to quote. So this is something that is really helpful. I have used it. You can completely depend on it. Coming back to the presentation, I will quickly tell you the filter search. You can do job advanced filter search through jobs, people, companies, posts, groups, schools, events, and courses. So I'm quickly going to run you through jobs. Jobs can be filtered in date posted, experience level, company, job type, and remote. I'm quickly going to go to my LinkedIn. And I'm going to write, for example, brand associate, and you'll see that the jobs filter has started. You can see jobs posted, you can see all the options, experience level, I can write entry level, and whenever you put these filters, you will have a filtered search, and it just makes things easier for you. You can see the date posted, the company, whatever company you are interested in. For example, like you guys asked me to do NICA, it shows 0. So what you can do is, if you can't find anything on LinkedIn, you can go to their profile and text the human resources manager, or like tell them, okay, if you can actually use the note and the send connection thing to ask them, okay, I am interested in your firm and I would like to work here. Let me know if there are openings. So, if there's something, they will definitely tell you. You can also choose remote. You can choose easy apply. Easy apply is something that I told you. Companies have collaborated with LinkedIn. When you see easy apply, whenever I apply, I just have to put these details, do next. My resume is already uploaded, I need to do next. Selection option, how many years you worked, and then so on. There are like 3-4 questions. I don't want to submit my application right now, but these are the 3-4 questions that you will have to run through. It's easier, so have your resume updated and uploaded. I will tell you how to upload your resume here. So when you go to the jobs dashboard, you see resume builder here, right? When you go, you see that my resume is updated. I've edited on 15th May. You can upload 3 to 4 types of resumes depending on different roles that you want to apply at. So keep editing this, keep uploading it from time to time. It will definitely help you. So covering the filter search of jobs, then you can do it with people. People is something that I've showed you via the company as well. So if I'm looking at brand associate, I can also look at people. Whenever you type a role, for example, I type, you will always see there are two options which says searches in jobs or searches in people. So you can always reach out to them. Just a second. Or I'll just write, suppose Nika, you will see there's company, there is, you will have options of, re if you can see, there's Nika in people and Nika in jobs. So if you select on Nika in jobs, you will find the job opportunities, and if you choose people, you will find all the people working. So this is also one way you can find the people working in a particular company. You can search for companies, you can filter your job role with certain companies that you want to work with. You can also add locations, industry, and company size, assuming that a lot of companies are in different locations. You can post. You can also use posts. So, for example, if you're just scrolling through LinkedIn and you don't know, you've seen this post and you forgot where did you see it, so you can just put in the keywords, you will find the post. And then there are groups, there's schools, there are events, there are courses. Groups is something that Namrata already covered. Schools, you can add your schools and colleges. Events, is self-explanatory. There are a lot of events that happen on LinkedIn, and you can join all these live streaming, which has like founders and co-founders of a lot of companies coming in and talking and telling their experiences. Then you have courses. Courses include LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning, I'm sure most of you guys already know, but LinkedIn provides uh, LinkedIn Learning, where you can do short courses about anything from like soft skills to hard skills. And you can, if you do a LinkedIn Learning course, you will get a certificate and you can upload that on LinkedIn, and it'll help your profile to stand out. So these are the certain things that I wanted to mention, and I hope I've made things easier for you, and you can now list down the companies that you want to work in, what are the roles that you want to work in, and can find the job role or the company that where you're like a good fit. It will definitely, the checklist and all of these things, if you actually sit down and make sure and plan out how you want to do it, it takes time, but it will happen. That's something that has happened to me. I'm seeing this from my personal experience. So I'm sure you guys will take in whatever I just said and find your dream job. So thank you. My teammate Kopal is gonna take over from here. So over to you, Kopal.
Hi guys. So we're gonna talk about how can you write a good LinkedIn post. Let me just change the slide. Okay, here it is. So first, it's important to understand that LinkedIn is a place where people remember and connect with you based on what you've written and through the utility of your content. Okay. So while writing your LinkedIn post, it is very important to be authentic to yourself and share information जो relatable हो. ठीक है? Your goal is काफी simple. ठीक है? Get the message across quickly and in एकदम simple words. Okay. If this is your first time writing a LinkedIn post, then you can talk about your passions, your interest, या कोई experience जिससे आपने कुछ सीखा हो अपने life में. Okay. It is also very important to remember that people connect with a good story, okay, and a relatable story. So this can be again your experience or knowledge that you have gained in your life that you want to share with the world. Okay, I'm going to give a quick example. For example, you can talk about your first interview experience, okay? या कोई course that you have recently completed that had added value to your professional life, okay? If you're a business owner, you can talk about your services, your products. You can also talk about your struggles that you have faced being an entrepreneur and what are the learnings you have taken back from them. Um, Another very important thing is to make sure that you conduct proper research, okay, before putting your post out there. It is very important to make sure that you're putting the right and accurate information. Okay, we'll move forward. Okay. So it's also very important if you want to grow on LinkedIn that you define your target audience, okay, and find your niche. For example, I have worked in the financial sector for over 3 years now. Okay, so I can write about what have I learned, what have I experienced, and share that with the world. अब इससे क्या होगा, anyone who's worked in the financial sector will relate with my post. They will also understand that, okay, hey, even I have experienced this, and they will connect with it. Okay, this will drive engagement on your profile and keep people hooked. Okay. Second most important thing is interaction and feedback, okay, from your audience. So what you should do is try asking a reflective or an interactive question at the end of your post. For example, do you have anything to add here? What are your thoughts about this particular topic? Yeah, let me know your experience in the comment section below. So these things will ensure that people just don't read your post, but they also understand and remember it after they're done reading, okay? Because you're pushing them in that direction and that flow. Okay, so I'm going to share a very quick example with you. See, as we can see here, okay, this person here is talking about the struggles they faced when they joined a new organization, you know, how they were overwhelmed when they were meeting new people, but how slowly they taught themselves to get comfortable in that situation and become more confident. At the end of the post, they're also mentioning a tip that you can take back and apply so that even you can, you know, be comfortable in that situation. So this is like a small example of how you should make your LinkedIn post. Be true, be authentic to yourself, say what you actually mean, and also share things that you would like reading and listening to. Okay, so this is an overview. Now we'll move forward to what is a video resume. So this has been picking up very recently, video resumes. Okay, so let's discuss and see what is it and how can you ace it. Okay. So making a video resume is a thoda different process. Okay, it requires a little more stage preparation, thoda technical skills, you know, such as visual storytelling and, you know, some editing skills. But it is doable. Don't worry, you can ace it. It's also important to remember that a video resume is optional. Okay, most companies still prefer having, you know, your old traditional series and resumes, but depending on your industry, this can be really helpful and, you know, add value to your job application. So it can be an excellent way of communicating and showing off your personality. Okay, just as people in client facing roles can really benefit from a video resume, you know, whose work involves charming people and prospective buyers or creating a long lasting impact. They should really use a video resume. Okay, it can also, as I mentioned, it can also be very useful for people in a visual or a creative field, since it can highlight your valuable skills. For examples, you can show any performance based work, जैसे acting on a stage, या teaching, या you can also show off your editing and design skills. ये सब के लिए you can show your video resume. Okay. Second, बेसिकली इफ यू, आपको लगता है कि आपका क्रिएटिव फील्ड में जाना है, देन गो फॉर इट, डोंट हेजिटेट. ओके, टेक इज आल्सो एन एरिया वेयर a video resume would be a safe bet. Again, for example, you can show a program that you have coded or designed in your resume, and that can give you an edge. Okay, basically it's a very simple funda. Think about what angle your video resume could take, okay, that would give you an edge over the other applicants. Okay, we'll move ahead. So how to make a video resume on LinkedIn, okay? Don't start essay in front of a camera. Have a script, okay? Prepare what you want to say and how do you want to say it. Also make sure कि ऐसा लगे that you're having a conversation and not reading something out of a paper or a screen, okay? Make it very interactive. Also, interactive in the sense, the other person who's watching it should feel like you are talking to them, okay? For your background, have a neutral background with good lighting, okay? Your face should be very clear, and you can include props, but also make sure that there is not too much of disturbance around, okay? The focus should always be on you, okay? For recording device, you can use any device. It can be a smartphone or tablet or computer camera that captures good quality, high quality images and videos. Just ensure that your face and speech is very clear throughout the video, okay? Some tips, okay? Before recording your final take, practice karo. You can do that in front of your camera, your mirror, or find a friend or a family member and practice with them. So what will happen is you will appear more confident and comfortable when you shoot your final take, okay? Collect additional visuals. This is very important. If in case you want to show some presentation or show some information and clippings through your video, okay, make sure you have them prepared in advance. This will make your work easier when you're editing your final resume, okay? Third point, which is very important, ensure that the length of your resume is not more than 60 seconds, at max 90 seconds. उससे ज़्यादा लोग नहीं देखेंगे, and 60 seconds or 90 seconds का resume will capture a lot of attention. So stick to the time limit, okay? Next, be professional and dress like a formal interview. Look sharp, look your best. And yeah, second, talk about why someone should hire you, okay? How can you add value, and how can you contribute to the company, okay? Talk about your skills, your accomplishments, and also stay very positive, okay? Stay confident, show your interest in the company and your profile, okay? And the profile that you're applying for. Third, get feedback. It is extremely important to get feedback. So send your video resume to your friends, to your colleagues, to your family members. Take their inputs, revise it before you make your final draft and submit it ahead. Okay. Second, avoid slangs. Don't use any cuss words. Avoid any political remarks, yeah, any sensitive topic. Okay. Be cautious of your jokes. Okay. They are appreciated, but don't do it zyada, okay? Just remember that once you put this video out, it is always going to stay on the internet, okay? Accessible for anyone to watch. So be very cautious of your words and what you are saying in the resume, okay? Don't mix your professional and your personal life. What I mean by this is a lot of companies do a thorough background check, okay? Like for example, Google, they also see your social media handles and etc. So while making a video resume, if you think that you have certain information on your social media platform like LinkedIn, Facebook या Instagram, जो आपको नहीं share करना है किसी के साथ, मत mention करो. Don't mention it on your profile. It's okay. Keep your personal and professional life separate, and yeah, that is going to help you. Also, second, don't expect this to replace your traditional resume. They are still very important, okay? This is just like an add-on, okay? That will give you an edge over the other participants. Also, if you're in a creative field, it will bring more interest to the table, and your chances of getting hired obviously increases, but you still need a traditional resume to go ahead. So yeah, this is all about how you can make a LinkedIn post and a video resume. For a for a post, what you can do is you can write about this particular session and tag AFH. So that will give you a good practice. And I am also looking forward to seeing your video resumes. Do tag us. And yeah, best of luck, guys. Back to you, Simran.
So
Yeah, I'll just quickly run through what do we mean by LinkedIn Learning. So just like Coursera and other, courses providing platforms, LinkedIn also has these courses under LinkedIn Learning. And although quite a lot of them are actually paid, so we would, not suggest you all to go for it. But if you're definitely someone who's looking for, if the course interests you, go for it. Apart from that, I think there are a lot of avenues to learn on LinkedIn. So this is how your LinkedIn feed looks like. So if you see, there is a section here called LinkedIn News. And although I know a lot of people conventionally won't call this a part of LinkedIn Learning, but this is one way of learning from LinkedIn for sure. So you can find top news here in this section. You can look for more, and you can go through these articles. And there are all these top courses that they provide. Now, these are mostly going to be LinkedIn courses, but you can always keep a checkout on all of these. So you can maybe, they have this free month thing. You can definitely, go ahead with that. Check out a few courses if you wish to. And your whole feed section is a part of LinkedIn Learning for sure, because you'll see a lot of people, talk about so many new things. So this person's talking about a book on natural language processing. So this is information for me. This is a new sort of learning for me. So don't just limit yourself to the LinkedIn Learning, so to say, but keep a lookout on the feed and just keep on checking for new information. That'll be all, Palak, Girisha.
Thank you so much. This was an amazing session. Before Noor can take over, I have one small announcement to make. If you have ever felt like a traditional job is not for you and have thought about setting up a business of your own at some point, this is one network you have got to be part of. Check out our social media pages to know more about this network for women entrepreneurs. And do let your friends know too. The sign up link is in the chat box. Over to you, Noor.
Thank you. With this, we have come to end of the session. Thank you so much to all the speakers for sharing such an amazing insights with us. I would like to thank everyone for joining us today. Do let us know how you found this workshop by filling the feedback form shared in the chat box. Do sign in as member of Aspire for Her to be a part of upcoming workshop and to avail various career resources. To check You can check out www.aspireforher.org/learning Aspire for various free courses. We also have bunch of jobs, internship opportunities. Make sure you check them out and apply for them from Aspire for Her website. For any queries, feel free to reach out to us on our social media platforms. We are on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Medium, and Sheroes. We would like to conclude by thanking Madhura ma'am, Ruchita ma'am, Girisha, Palak, and Aspire for her team for organizing such an amazing workshop for various other opportunities and career resources. Hoping to see you all on next Sunday for another knowledge filled session on Microsoft PowerPoint. Goodbye.
Should I end the